we mend, we can bend before we break. And when we
Hello,
almost
everybody.
break,
Let's get this party started. I know I always say that at the beginning of every video. Hello. Happy Wednesday. It's been a weird day today. I don't know. I've kind of heard this from my clients who are all over the country. I live in Minnesota, and in Minnesota, there's still snow on the ground, right? And it was raining today. So, that's not, it's March. It's not abnormal for it to rain in March with snow on the ground. But what was really odd was that we got hail in March with snow on the ground. And as I was on my coaching call this afternoon, I got an emergency text from the National Weather Association saying there was a tornado warning. That is a first. And then as I was on the coaching call, I had some of the other girls too on the call say that they were having some weird weather happenings going on. So it's just been kind of it's been kind of a weird day. So anyway, who cares, right? We are here tonight. I am here. No tornado took me away. Thank goodness. I still have my house, and I'm able to give you guys this amazing class tonight. So who do we got on? Hi, Cheryl. Ingrid's on. Susan, Angela. Hi, Andrea, Debbie. And who else is on? AJ. Awesome. Glad you guys are here. So I want you guys to type in the comments. I want you guys to tell me what do you guys know about uh, prebiotics and probiotics? Tell me what is a I should try to cover up my chart here because you'll be able to see the answers if I ask you this question. What are prebiotics? Anybody know what a prebiotic is? What does a prebiotic do? Does anybody know? I'm gonna do this. What is a prebiotic? Did you even know there was such a thing as a prebiotic? Most people and most doctors will talk to you about probiotics, but they don't really talk to you about prebiotics. And prebiotics are really important. So, does anybody know? Anybody know what a prebiotic is? I'm gonna wait a couple seconds. Hurry up though, because my arm hurts. I don't want to hold my arm up here too much longer. Jassie's like, nope, I don't know what a prebiotic is. Okay, well, that's being honest. I like that answer. I'm going to share my screen. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, let me do this so I can take my arm down. I am going to do this instead. I'm going to bring my screen up here. So prebiotics and probiotics, we need both, okay? So we're going to talk about that tonight. But before we do that, let me share my screen. I am going to give myself a little introduction because I like to do this. As you guys are answering my question about what are prebiotics, let me give you a little introduction. So, who am I? My name is Terry Dale. I am a functional diagnostic nutritionist. I have a holistic certification in nutrition and holistic health, and I have been a coach for quite a few years, and I am a best-selling author of two books. Both you can find on Amazon, and one of them you can find this one here. You can find at Barnes and Noble or any bookstores across the country. So I basically write about health. I mean, I've been studying this all of my life, and through even my journeys of cancer and insulin resistance in my life, I have been able to reverse both very efficiently through strategies that I have taught myself and learned through my training and been able to help women all around the world with that. So I always have to put this disclaimer because I am a holistic nutritionist, but I am not a medical doctor. So I will not ever give you any sort of diagnoses. You want to always go to your medical doctor to get a diagnosis, but I am here to always provide you with suggestions that I myself have used, protocols that I have used and that I have studied, that I help my clients with to create balance in the body. So we always help to create balance inside the body. Okay. That's what we do as holistic practitioners. We work with medical doctors to make sure that we can create balance in the body so that your body can heal itself. It never is just one thing. When you have any sort of a disease, whether it is cancer, whether it is type 2 diabetes, whether it is PCOS, whether it is fibromyalgia, whether it is high blood pressure, whether it is inflammation, whether it is high cholesterol, whether it is heart disease, GERD, acid reflux, whatever it is, it's never just one thing that's causing it. Our bodies are a very complex unit, and they everything works off of each other. Our system, our endocrine system, and our hormones and our bones and our tissues, I mean, everything works together. So when we don't give our body the right environment, which is what I teach you how to get your body the right environment through nutrition strategies, lifestyle strategies, balance strategies, right? Supplements, things like that. When we give our body the right fuel, the right balance, the right gas, then it's going to run properly. It's going to be able to heal itself. Our bodies are designed to heal itself. And when you give your body the right fuel in the car is going to run better, right? You give your body the right nutrition, the right lifestyle strategies, stress reduction, balance in the body, hormones, balance, correct mindset, get off medications, eat right, you know, work on your stress, all of that, you are going to create balance in the body and your body's going to heal itself and you're going to be able to function properly. You're going to work harder to your body's going to work more efficiently. Okay. So it's never just one thing. You guys hear me talk about that all the time. It's just never just one thing when it comes to any sort of disease. Okay. So that's what this group and that's what I teach is we talk about all sorts of imbalances in the body that range from anywhere from diabetes all the way up to something as simple as acid reflux. Okay. So what are pre and probiotics? Before I answer that question, can anybody answer what is a prebiotic? Who answered for me? I'm looking at the list here. Nobody knows. Isn't that fascinating? So here's the deal. You're going to learn tonight, right? You're going to learn tonight what a pre and probiotic is. Okay, so let's get started. So a prebiotic is something that feeds our probiotics. So let's start with the probiotics first, just because I think when we talk about probiotics first, it will help explain what a prebiotic is. But a prebiotic feeds the probiotic. So a probiotic is basically our gut. Okay, so in our gut, we have all these life microorganisms. So when you hear me talk about your gut flora or your microbiome, we're referring to all the bacteria that are in our large colon, in our gut, right? So probiotics are live microorganisms. That's what probiotics are. And our body needs them. Our body has good and bad flora. Okay, we need both. It's when our body ends up getting too many bad ones and not enough good ones that we have problems. Okay. So, probiotics, when we consume them, when we have them, make acids and called lactic acid. The other one's called butyrate. And these acids help us to absorb minerals and absorb vitamins. Okay. So, 90% of our body, 90% of our gut is responsible for digestion. Okay. So we need the balance of the good and the bad bacteria in our body. So if you have symptoms like constipation, or if you get sick a lot, or if you have high inflammation in your body, if you have a lot of bloating and gas, probably a good chance that you are low on good flora or good bacteria in the body. Okay. So our body needs good probiotics. The benefits of that, of course, the benefits of having good gut flora and good probiotics in the body is your immune system. If you're getting sick a lot, you have a suppressed immune system. I did a whole series back a while ago just on the immune system and how to build that. And probiotics was one of the steps to build your immune system. When your gut is your first line of defense. So it's your first line of defense when pathogens enter. Pathogens are basically bugs, or when you have viruses or disease, or diseased food, or diseased viruses that enter your system. Your immune system, your gut, is what basically decides to either try to kill that or kill it off or do something with it. Okay, so that's what um, having a good strong immune system does. And the immune system or the probiotics also help you digest fiber. They make these acids that help you absorb the vitamins and minerals. They also recycle bile. So when you guys have gallbladder surgery, so those of you who have ever had your gallbladder removed, you're not making bile, right? So it's going to your body's not going to even make it, but you're also not going to be able to recycle it if you don't make it. So uh, probiotics really help with making and recycling that bile, which is very important for digesting fats. Okay. Also helps you detox chemicals and poisons out of the body. And also, when you take probiotics, it acts as an antioxidant in your body to prevent you from free radicals and things like that. So, here are some sources of probiotics. I gave you guys a little bit of a sample earlier today. If you haven't seen that video, go and scroll up. You can watch it later. But sauerkraut is amazing, an amazing source of probiotic. I usually like to say sour is power and bitter is better. So if you ever hear me say sour is power, and anything that you taste, the more bitter something is, the better it is to provide you with good probiotics, right? So I really like sauerkraut. Uh, the recipe I showed you guys today, I eat that a few times a week. But I just sometimes just eat this straight out of the jar. I really like it. It's very salty and it's very good for you. Okay. The other product that I eat a little bit of is kimchi. Okay, that again, this is a variety of fermented foods. That's basically what cabbage is, or sauerkraut is fermented cabbage. But kimchi has additional elements in it. It has garlic, which garlic is a really good prebiotic. It has chives and fermented anchovies. Depending on the kimchi you get, it's just the different flavors of cabbage. Okay, so that's another good one. Another good source of probiotics would be kombucha. Uh, and here's the thing with kombucha is you got to be very careful with kombucha because even though kombucha has a lot of good probiotics in it, also has a lot of sugar. So you have to find a kombucha that is low in the sugar grams, okay, and high in the probiotics. Coconut kefir is another good one. And then the ACV is another good one. Now I want to talk a little bit about coconut kefir, and I want to talk about yogurt and dairy. Um, you will hear a lot that you should get your probiotics from dairy and from yogurt, right? Certain kinds of dairy. You might hear regular kefir and then yogurt. I don't ever recommend that because when you, first of all, if it's not organic, it's for sure not going to be good because there's so many hormones in the dairy and that food. But the biggest reason is that even if it's organic, there's a lot of sugar in dairy and a lot of even if it's organic, there's a lot of hormones in dairy and yogurt. So you don't want to be putting those in your body because that is really going to affect not only your immune system, it's going to affect your hormones. It's also going to raise your blood sugars because dairy has a lot of sugar, including milk and including yogurt. So I like coconut kefir. Coconut kefir you can get, and that is a really good source of probiotics, and that would be a better option. Then you can take capsule probiotics too. If you don't want to eat some of these foods or take some of you can take capsule probiotics. The deal with that is you want to rotate them. So you want to find a strain that has a lot of different strains in it of probiotics, lactobacillus and things like that. So you want to find a capsule that has a lot, like a billion strains, right? And then what you do is you will do that for a couple months and then you rotate them. So maybe 2 months you do one brand of probiotic, and then the next couple months you'll switch over to a different brand because every brand has different strains of the probiotic in it, the bacteria. The other thing is liquid sometimes is better for some of you because the liquid probiotics are going to bypass the stomach so that it doesn't have to be digested. And sometimes the liquid is better. So you just gotta kind of play around and see what you think works better for you. Okay, let's go to prebiotics. So prebiotics, again, prebiotics are fiber. Okay, so prebiotics feed the probiotics. So if you're just taking probiotics by itself, that's not as good as being able to take the prebiotic, because the prebiotic makes the probiotics work better because it feeds it. So you really do need to have both, okay? Can you take prebiotics in a supplement form? You can, but I just get them for my food. It's a better source. It's health. I just like it better, and prebiotics are hard to find because when you buy a prebiotic drink or a prebiotic powder, a lot of them has all this other crap in it, but there's some that are good. But I just as soon just eat my prebiotics. So the sources of prebiotics are garlic, onion, asparagus, leeks, dandelion greens, artichoke, hickory root, cultured veggies, which is the the kimchi and the uh, sauerkraut, anything fermented, and then raw jicama. The benefits are, there's so many benefits, and they're a little different. They cross over, but they're a little different than even the benefits of the probiotics. The benefits of prebiotics is going to lower your cortisol, decrease your hunger. Why? Because prebiotics are fiber. Okay, so when you eat more fiber, it makes you feel fuller faster. So it decreases hunger. It's going to help with your insulin resistance, again, because they're very low sugar, which means that you're not going to have as much of an insulin um, res- release when you eat lower carb, lower sugar foods. And it's going to help just with that whole healing process of the cells. You're going to have better gut health because you are, again, you're doing the prebiotics, which feeds the probiotics. It's going to help with your cardiovascular health by decreasing inflammation in the body. Stronger bones. Why? Because again, when you have the right pre and probiotics in your system, you're getting the right enzymes. You're able to absorb nutrition. So when you're taking calcium and magnesium, all of these things, if your gut health is not good, you're not going to be able to absorb that, which is going to affect your bones because your body's not absorbing the nutrition, right? So again, by having proper balance of microflora, gut flora, microbiome, you are going to be able to receive these benefits. And you're going to be in a better mood because, again, 90% of your digestion is in your colon. Okay. So, just to review here a little bit, um, probiotics, they're live microorganisms. They're in the large colon. They make acids to absorb minerals. The gut does 90% of your digestion. It digests fiber. It's good for your immune system. It detoxes and it recycles bile. Okay. A good probiotic sources are sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, coconut kefir, ACV, probiotic supplements. I do not recommend dairy or yogurt. Okay. Prebiotic, again, non digestible fiber compounds. They're a type of fiber that helps feed your probiotics. The human body can't fully break these down, which is why it's that's why it's fiber, right? Because your the body can't break them down. So you want to make sure that you get enough of these so that the probiotics will do that. They ferment in the colon and they will fuel the gut bacteria. Good sources, additional ones from the ones I just mentioned were some of these other ones. Jerusalem artichoke, I've never had that, but that's another really good one. Raw or cooked onions, jicama, asparagus. Underripe bananas, I wouldn't encourage you consuming a lot of bananas because of the sugar content, but here and there, if you have a banana or two, I guess that won't hurt you, right? Okay, so all the benefits of pre and probiotics are all of these things. Helps digestion, decreases inflammation, decreases gas and bloating. It's going to help you decrease your pathogen load. And again, what is a pathogen? A pathogen is anything that is bad. It's a bad virus, bad bug. Sometimes if you are travel, you go overseas or you go to restaurants, they might have a bad bug in the food. And if you have a strong, good gut flora, strong acid, really good bacteria, it's going to kill those pathogens before it becomes, bad. It's going to digest fiber, makes vitamins, biotin and K2. It's going to lower your stress, increase your mood. It's also going to decrease your acne. So if you're having a lot of issues with acne, you need to check your gut because chances are you have an imbalance of probiotics. Helps with blood sugar control, helps with body odor, helps increase your sleep. It helps with your sinus congestion, and it will help you lower weight. So I get a question a lot about why is it that probiotics will lower blood sugar? Because the microbes live off the fiber, and fiber is broken down and turned into small chain fatty acids, which is that chemical I was telling you about, the butyrate. And the butyrate is what helps lower the blood sugar and lower the insulin. Okay, so that is why the probiotics have a side effect of lowering your blood sugar. Okay, because of these fibers that break down into these um, small chain fatty acids that help with that. Okay. And then just all the benefits of sauerkraut, which is one reason why I did a kind of a reminder video today of why you should eat sauerkraut and a recipe sample, because sauerkraut is so good for you. It does so many things. Here's a list of a few of them. It's full of vitamin C. I don't know if you guys knew that, but one of the top foods to get your vitamin C is from sauerkraut. It also increases your vitamin 2, and I talked about this last week, but vitamin K2, what that does, vitamin K2 allows your body not to have a buildup of calcium in your bones. It helps pull out the excess calcium. So that's important too, because if you have excess calcium in your arteries and your bones, you're going to get a buildup, and that's not good, also. Okay. So that is all the benefits of and probiotics. Isn't it amazing what these two little, you know, products, these two little things that most people probably don't even understand that are so important, and all the benefits that they have when you consume them. So, again, I would always use food to consume them, but if you want to use a supplement, that's totally fine too. Okay. What questions do you guys have? Do you have any questions on this at all? I went kind of fast. I'm really trying to work on getting these videos a little shorter. But, sometimes I have a hard time getting all the content in for you guys. Okay. Any questions on that? How many of you guys are taking a probiotic and a prebiotic? That's what I'd like to know. Anybody? I take a probiotic every day. I used to take a prebiotic supplement. However, now I don't. I put a lot of garlic in my food. I eat a lot of onions. I do a lot of, like I said, cabbage, sauerkraut, kimchi, and I can always and ACV. I do a lot of ACV, and so I can always tell when my gut is off, because here's why. When you eat, here's what should happen when you eat a meal. When you eat a meal, you should not have this heavy bloated feeling. You should be able to eat what your body needs, the amount that it needs, and your body should be able to produce the enzymes that it needs to digest the food. And after you eat, you should feel good. You should not, you know, feel sluggish. You should not feel tired. You should not have bloating and gas. You should not have acid reflux. Okay, so all of those things that are happening when you eat something is a sign that there's some stuff going on, right? But here is what I want to offer you. There are so many scenarios of what could be going on. It's not always just pre and probiotics, right? If you have type 2 diabetes and you have insulin resistance and you can't lose weight, there's so many things in the body that are out of balance. This is just one thing that it could be, but there are hundreds of things that could be going on. So, what I am offering all of you guys in this group, and I have never offered this before, what I am offering you guys in this group is the opportunity to come work with me for 1 day, and you can tell me all your ailments. You can tell me everything that is going on with you. In fact, when you join my boot camp, you get entered into this portal, and I have actually some paperwork in there for you to fill out to give me more information about you. And when you come into the boot camp, when you join the boot camp, you are going to be able to start telling me all of what's going on with you. And what I am going to do that day of the boot camp, we are going to go over how to create balance in the body. We're going to talk about what is ailing you all. Like most of you, it's here's the top 5, right? Top 5 are I can't lose weight, I can't get my blood sugars down. I am on all these medications. I feel like total crap. And I would like to get off medications, but my doctor's telling me I can't. So how do I do it? Where do I start? Where do I even start? Right? Um, for you're on insulin, your blood sugars are super high in the morning and they're all over the board like this, right? And number five, you guys are just not feeling good. And every time you go to your doctor, they want to put you on more medications. You have acid reflux, you have fatigue, you cannot lose weight, you're on all these medications, you're being told you can't get off of them. Here's what I'm telling you. You come to my boot camp, I'll prove your doctor's wrong and I will show you. I will show you what you need to do to jumpstart. Now, obviously, I only have one day. I'm not going to be able to cure you in one day. I don't cure anybody, but I will help you get a jump start on creating balance in the body so that you can understand your situation and what you need to do to start the healing process. Okay. This boot camp is it's one day, it's a half a day long. Okay. It's March 20th. You click on the link here, you click on the link up above in the banner. I'll have my team post the link here in the comments. Click on that link, get registered. I'm basically giving it away. Okay. Join my boot camp. One whole day, we are going to look at your specific situation, and I'm going to help you to design a jump start program for you to start so that you can start to feel better and get whatever result is that you want, whether it's to get off medications, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to reverse your diabetes, whether it's just to freaking cure heartburn or get rid of heartburn, whether it's to help with your gas and bloating, whether it's to help with your cravings, your fatigue, help with your sleep. All of that, all of those are symptoms. They're symptoms of imbalance in the body. Okay? There's a hundreds of things it could be. Yeah, could it be a pre and probiotic imbalance? Absolutely. Could it be a gut dysfunction? Absolutely. That's just one of the hundreds it could be. Most of you have quite a few things going on at the same time. Okay. So, what this boot camp is designed to do, you guys, this boot camp is designed to allow you to talk to me, give me all of your history, tell me what's going on, and I will look at it and we will do a day full of coaching and teaching, and I will help you to design and figure out where you could start to get some headway on your health. Okay. So, join my boot camp. Get in there. It's half full. I'm half full and it's 2 weeks away. It will fill up. So I would hate to have you try to join and I have to say I'm full. Okay. But I only can take so many people and it's half full. So get on the bandwagon, join my boot camp, get in there. Let's do some work together. You won't regret it. And I will be able to help give you a jump start and you're going to learn a lot. And there you go. Okay. So, yes, thank you, Ingrid, for posting that. Somebody's talking about crispy sauerkraut. What's that? Crispy sauerkraut. Do share. Irene asks, are all sauerkraut the same? Well, yes, kind of. They are, except if it's truly sauerkraut, they're going to have a different flavor based on the manufacturer. Like, I really like this brand a lot, Eden. I don't know why the taste is good. It's probably because of how they ferment it, how long they ferment it. There are some other brands that the actual sauerkraut, they're a little bigger and they're not as soft. They're a little bit more crispy, like they're a little bit more chunky. This one here is a little bit more mushy. So all sauerkraut is the same in what it's made out of, which is cabbage, but it's not the same as far as flavor and taste. That's a very good question. Okay. And then kimchi is the same thing. Kimchi is cabbage, but it's more chunky and they got all this other stuff in there too. It's not just fermented cabbage, it's a combination of other things. It's garlic in here, leeks. Sometimes they have mushrooms in it. Sometimes it just depends. Okay. So that's a great question. Again, you'll have to try different manufacturers, different brands to see which one you like. I just really like this one for the reasons I said. The actual cabbage is a little bit chewy. It's a little bit softer. It's not like it's just I think it's fermented longer and it's smaller. Like the chunks are smaller. Where some other brands I've seen, it's a little chewier, crispier. Maybe that's what you guys are talking about when you're saying crispy, crispy sauerkraut. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, Susan, that's what's the difference between a regular sauerkraut and a crispy sauerkraut. I don't know. If a crispy sauerkraut might be just what I said, where it's just not fermented as long. It's just it's more. It's kind of like when you cook broccoli, right? You can cook it not very long and it's crispy and it's harder to chew versus if you overcook it like I do and you like it mushier, you just steamed it longer. It's the same with sauerkraut. It's how long you ferment it. Yeah. Are there kimchis that are better than others? Yeah, again, just look for the label. And this particular one, I do like kimchi. This particular one is pretty spicy because it has a lot of anchovy in it. So I'm not a huge fan of this. I mean, you can see I've eaten it, but this has been in my fridge for like a month, whereas I go through one bottle of this in about a week. So again, I think you have to try different brands and see which ones you like. I won't buy this one again. I got this one at Costco. Um, I won't buy this one again. I'll get my other brand, which is again just all based on your personal preference. Good questions, you guys. Ingrid says she mixes her with fried onions. Yeah, that would be good. That would be very good. You mix your sauerkraut or your kimchi. That actually might be an idea for me to mix this is to kind of dull the taste of the anchovy. Maybe I'll add some onions, more onions to this. I don't know. We'll see. Irene likes beer rocks. Okay, that must be a brand. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Brandy Craft says mine has one carbon, one sugar. Okay. Yeah, you guys are having a conversation amongst yourself. That's awesome. Okay. So again, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Make sure that you tag me in this thread if you are watching the replay and you have a question. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. But again, you want to try to get both pre and probiotics in your diet. And if you're looking at this list and you're not ever eating any of these, start just adding some of these to your food, right? And if you're not getting any of this fermented form of probiotic, then you want to take an actual probiotic supplement. Okay. And again, just when you take a capsule, you decide if you want to do a capsule or a liquid, either one, it's going to depend on you. If you've never been on a probiotic, this is the other thing. If you've never been on a capsule or a liquid probiotic, take it at night before you go to bed and you want to start small because if you have a lot of bad gut flora in your body and not a lot of good probiotics in your gut, taking that good probiotic might feel a little uncomfortable. So you want to adjust the dose and start small if you've never been on it. And the difference between the liquid and the capsule is just based on you. Okay, the liquid tends to not have to be it kind of bypasses the stomach lining a little bit. So the liquid just happens to absorb a little bit quicker. And so that might work better for some of you. Okay. All right, you guys, you have an amazing night. Remember, listen to me. Remember, get signed up for my 1-day boot camp, academybootcamp.com. I promise you, if you sign up for this camp, you will learn a lot, like a lot, and we are going to talk about your specific situation. We are going to talk about your history. We're going to talk about your health. I'm going to understand what medications you're on. I'm going to learn what your symptoms are. I'm going to learn what you've been told by your physician. I'm going to learn what your nutrition is, and we're going to revamp your entire protocol that you're on now and get you on something that's going to give you a jump start to better health and better balance in the body. All right. So get signed up and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye bye.